Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. In this episode, you're going to hear from Soryu about how to find deep joy in spiritual training, such as the monastic training we're doing here at Maple. And we're also going to hear from resident Joe about moments that he's experienced deep joy for himself.
You know, it's funny. The Buddha seems to have done a pretty good job. He's well known. And he started with suffering. That is the doorway into the spiritual path, according to him. When he talked about the miracle of a Buddha, of a Tathagata, he said, what's incredible is that this world that's fascinated by conflict listens to me, and I teach non-conflict. Isn't that fascinating and incredible? This world that's fascinated with attachment listens to me, and I teach non-attachment. So in some way, there is something in us that is deeper than our mere attachment to sensual pleasure, that is open to a deeper joy than that. There's a kind of happiness that people have, and you can feel it in them. Of course, the Buddha is a good example. St. Francis of Assisi is a good example. These people who are living in poverty, who have nothing, and yet have happiness, that's what changes the world. When people see that, of look how hard you're working, it's so difficult, and yet you're happy, that changes everything. I know for me in the training, as I did it, that was the question. How much joy can I experience while I sweep? How much joy can I experience as I, say, eat? Meaning, here I am eating a normal meal. Is it sparkling? Are the flavors resonating through my whole body? Am I shocked at this experience? Am I struggling, wrestling with the question of life and death as I'm eating another being?
Yeah, so I think it would be interesting to hear more explicitly how the deepening of your meditation practice has impacted your levels of joy or your experience of unreasonable joy.
Yeah. So I think it helps to clarify that I was a pretty happy child. However, I was happy because I was very privileged and had many conditions and beautiful support from my family and friends, and a lot of external parts of my environment were put into such a place where I was able to have tremendous comfort and support and love. And that brought a certain joy. And my parents always told me to follow my heart and feel into what's most important to me. And then I was able to do those things. And so that itself created a sort of baseline level of joy, which I feel very fortunate to have had in my life. However, the contemplative practice then brought in this more nuanced and deeper and greater sense of joy that we've been speaking to. And it's this joy that is continuously present in each moment. It's this sort of wonder and awe in each unfolding experience of our life. And so, if you come into the meditation hall where we are during a retreat, many of us are just staring at the floor or against a wall, and from an external perspective, we probably look insane. But internally, for many people, especially longer residents who have been here, there's a tremendous amount of joy and happiness and bliss and wonder in the journey that is unfolding as we dive into the depths of our being. And while I'm just beginning to scratch the surface of that journey, the retreats that I've been on here and the one that I did before I came to the monastic academy have been by far the happiest moments of my life, like bar none. And so that sort of stillness of mind, and then the sparkle that begins, the world just lights up, and there's a sense of wonder and joy that comes from that sort of depth of contemplative practice.
I hope that you enjoyed listening to today's episode and that you learned something from both Joe and Soryu. If you're interested in discovering new practices or maybe training more in new practices that help you uncover this deep joy that they both talked about, feel free to take a look at some of our upcoming offerings, which will be linked below. You can also follow along on our website or on our email newsletter to learn about those. And in addition, you can sign up for Maple Fundamentals, which is our online course that Joe is one of the teachers of, and learn more about many of the practices that we do here at Maple. So in conclusion, I hope you enjoyed again, and if you want to hear more, please subscribe to this channel, take a look at our other social media accounts, comment. We would love to hear your feedback and any questions that you have, and feel free to also share with any friends whom you think might be interested. I'll see you next time. Bye.